All right, we are live. I just wanted to come on tonight and just really give like ask me anything type of situation. Um, we'll see who gets on, and we're just trying to see where everybody is at in terms of like knowledge and so forth. Uh, Questions that you may have as we get on a live stream tomorrow. I'm sure people are gonna have some other questions and so forth. So I just want to open it up tonight, see what we got. But while we're waiting for people to join, if anybody joins, let's bring up some stuff that I've been seeing in the industry, such as this. D, if you want to share the screen, what we have, what I this is just some stuff I've been seeing. So check it out. I'm just gonna go down the line. I'm gonna blow it up some because it looks a little small. I'm blow it up some. So look, FBI, FBI, Americans lost more than 8 million to sex extortion scams this year. U.S. farmers lose 9 million in aftermath of ransom attack. Fire credit union worker pleads guilty after accessing and deleting thousands of files. Confluence, which is an Elysium product, Confluence enterprise servers targeted with a recent vulnerability. That's pretty huge. Mosey botnet authors arrested in China. CISA warned of ransom gangs' tendency of launching attacks over the holidays. Bangkok Air confirms passenger leak PIE after ransom attack. And the list goes on. K-12 scammers steal 2.3 million uh, from U.S. small towns, which is a big thing because you got to think in these small towns, there's nobody there that's doing cybersecurity, uh, and really looking and locking down the mom and pop stores and providing a reasonable service for them as well too. So you can imagine you stop in a small town, you get your credit card information to get they get hacked or what have you. Um, let's see. FBI sends its first ever alert about ransom affiliate. Hundreds of hundreds of thousands real tech-based devices under attack from IoT botnet. Here we go. Japanese crypto exchange liquid hacked for $94 million. Uh, T-Mobile, we saw about that. Here, healthcare provider expected to lose 106.8 million dollars following a ransom attack. Uh, Piracy sites make more than $1.3 billion from malicious and real ads. And Essential plays downplay. And I'm just on page one. I hadn't even went down to page two. And we're still in August when we're talking about this. We knew about the cybersecurity with the 600. Here's one with the motherboard, Prometheus, the SEC cryptocurrency market is the Wild West. We heard about that. Let's see. Let's keep going. Black Matter ransom targets companies with revenue of 100 million or more. Uh, Spammer bots. Oh yeah, did you hear about the what was it? AWS was taken down today or yesterday in Tokyo. AWS Tokyo outage. Let me look that up. See, that's their AWS right here. AWS Tokyo outage takes down banks, share traders, and telcos. 6 hour slump for Direct Connect caused. So Direct Connect is where you have your cloud and your on-prem service, and there's a direct connection that is set up between the on-prem and your cloud. And so they said the loss of networking devices will assume that it means they broke and not they fell behind a couch. That's funny. But again, the connection was broken, so the data couldn't transfer back and forth. So here we are, an outage in Tokyo. So that and that's with telcos, meaning your phone providers. and your network traffic from those phone providers. So in our case, it would be T-Mobile or AT&T or something of that nature. And then the traders, we talked about high frequency trading, and they lost their stuff. So when we're talking about, we get a lot of people in our group, and let me caveat this. This is a ask me anything, and if you want to come on the live stream with me and ask questions live, I'm open to asking questions, but I'm just giving you some ideas about stuff when we're looking at what where is Linux at, where's the industry going, and so forth. And we're under this big attack, right? So much so, let me see. The DoD is taking meaningful actions to remove barriers for small contractors. In other words, they need as much help as they can get from the commercial world, from the civilian world, to our government. That's really what that boils down to. Um, there was also another big push, and I put that out there this morning or this afternoon. Let's grab it. It's in the Slack, so you don't need to worry about that link. But check this one out, right? The House Defense Policy Bill okays a $10.4 billion for DoD cybersecurity. $10.4 billion for DoD cybersecurity. And you could break this down and say however how you want to look at it, but it's more jobs, and it's more contractors, and it's more people that they're going to need from various uh, avenues of cybersecurity, from cybersecurity from the standpoint of blockchain, from cybersecurity from the standpoint of cloud security, security on prem, security, even physical security, security in our supply chain, security of the physical hardware, and even security of the data, wherever that data may live. That data could live in the cloud or on prem or in your phone, your laptops. So as we continue to in our studies and stacking our skills, I always tell you to look at security, and so forth. And drop a one in the comment section if you're liking the topic tonight. Again, feel free if you want to come on and ask a question, or if you got a question or something of that nature. Another one that I wanted to bring up when we're talking about cybersecurity. Let me go over here to cybersecurity here and pull out some stuff here, because I know I'm not gonna have time to go over this tomorrow, but I figured I'd come on tonight and kind of talk about it. Also, as well, talk about some stuff some podcasts that I think you should be listening to as well too. Let me see. It's over in our Slack in the security channel. Okay, yep, this is what I wanted to bring up right here. Let me pull this over. All right. So another way to make money, right, is with these hacker ranks, or not hacker ranks, but bug bounties and Hacker One. All right. So I don't know if you saw the post that I posted, where some of these, uh, especially now that we're getting into ICOs and blockchain and fintech, some of these bug bounties are, 100,000, 200,000, and so forth. So as you do your studies with security, you may want to start looking at how to hack. And you don't have to do that by yourself. You can do that with someone else. And let me go in here and see uh, if we got one of the hackers. Let me see what they got in here. Hackers, where to learn. That's where to learn. I want to look at the bug bounty program. So let's go here. Bug bounty. Let's say pay. All right, so here we go. Google paid out 6.7 million in bug bounty rewards in 2020. This was a 2019 right here, but let's go look and see what they were. All right, let me make this a little bigger because it's small for me. So I know it's small for you. All right, so let's drop down here and see what we got. Okay, in 2018, the organization previously known as Oath shelled out 400,000 to 40% participants in HackerOne live hacking H1415 event. Um, Microsoft reached a milestone with 2 million in bug bounty payouts. Uh, a guy could be a guy received who received 200,000 in 2012 when he was a Columbia University PhD student. So he earned somebody's salary in a year. I mean, in a bug bounty, and then they got a review of the different bug bounties, and this is from Google, and this goes all the way back to 2010. So this is just another way for you to make a name for yourself, and then two, increase your pay, for just something that you may want to do on the side. All right, so that's another one. Let me pull up. Um, there was another one that I posted today on some scholarships that were being out there. I know you all saw this. This happened in Tampa. This one here, where the disgruntled HR exec deleted 17,000 resumes and destroyed personal data after being fired. Um, the list goes on. You already know about Coinbase being hacked. I mean, I'm just looking through, just trying to pull up information that I think you could take away with and start running with as well too. Let me see. SMS messages. That's a good one too. Yeah, I'll pull that up in a little bit. But let me see. Just going through, making sure we get. Oh, and also don't forget, let me look through my email because sans.org has been emailing stuff about some upcoming conferences that have been free, and some upcoming classes that are free, and some training that's free. I posted one of those sans.org classes, the 401 class. I don't know if you all caught that. I posted that in Slack. Let me look it up and I'll bring it over. Since let's see, let's just do 401. That should pop right up. Yeah. Yep. That popped right up. I posted it August the 29th. I'll bring it over here. I'll post it over here. And remember, this is a ask me anything. So if you got a question on something, let me know. So this is August 31st. All right, he already did it. Why level up on Sans 401? It looks like, let me see how long that live stream was. 18 minutes and 38 seconds. So you might want to check that out, and see what they're talking about. Let me also look through the Slack, on some other stuff that I know I posted for sans.org on the 29th. Yep, I posted that, and let's get that pulled over. All right. Here on September the 9th, the Blue Team Summit and Training 2021. If you're not familiar with the Blue Team stuff, you can come over here with and go to the training roadmap. And anything in blue is going to be the blue team classes, right? These are the blue team classes. So here they start off with security essentials and hacker techniques. And then then they got two more courses here with intrusion detection and monitoring operations. And then they have cyber defense, and operations, where they talk about blue team fundamentals, open source intelligence, advanced security essentials, Windows and PowerShell for automation, SIEM, tactical analytics, and then Sasha, this for you: security, architecture, and engineering, critical controls, and defeating advanced adversaries. This right here, for those that when I was talking about stacking skills and you want to get paid, those classes will help you get paid. We do have one open source, starting your own and participating in an established project. Yep. So we I talked about that from the CNCF. There's actually, I was in Clubhouse the other night, right? Thank you so much, Joy. I was in Clubhouse the other night, and not the other night, yesterday. And one young lady was talking about um, cybersecurity and DevOps, and she had just finished off a technical writing cert, and she wanted to didn't know where to start. So these open source projects, I can't stress this enough. I need to bring on Watson, because this is something that we talk about all the time. Is, what do these open source projects mean? All right. So before I show you this, I want to show you the cloud native landscape. All right. Let me blow this up a little bit here. Looks intimidating and daunting. But what is on here is just a list of open source projects, um, from whatever you can think of, from database to streaming messaging, from application and definition and image building, to continuous delivery, to a platform, to serverless, to CD foundation, landscape observability and analysis, security, key management, container registry, automation and configuration, Kubernetes, and Kubernetes certified service provider, Kubernetes training partners. You may get into the field and not even want to. You may get in the field and not even want to necessarily work for someone. You may want to become a certified trainer. So, CompTIA has a course on how to become a certified trainer. But what you do with a certified trainer is you start learning the material, like the RxCSA, and then you start training others. So I give you a example of something I had looked up for women in Linux. I wanted someone to come in, do Security Plus, and train, say, 15 people. And I think the way her curriculum was over over 6 weeks. The quote we got back was for, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was for $20,000 for 15 people. It might have been 40,000. But again, just imagine you yourself creating a training course, or uh, walking into a entity or a situation where you are now coming in to train people for a week or 6 weeks or whatnot, and you just rotate that out. That's what it is like. So you now are the business, and that's what a lot of people do. I don't know if you've been following people who have created courses or course content where they're getting $500,000 on from course content, $1 million from course content, charging people $100 an hour, $200 an hour, whatever the case may be, or a flat fee of $30,000 or a flat fee of $40,000, depending on how many people. So when I tell you the skill stack, I'm telling you from the perspective of, hey, understand again the cloud native landscape, and then what are the foundational skills you need to have, and then stack on top of that. So if you look at the blue team situation, what skills do you need in order to walk into a situation where you may work for somebody and do be on a blue team, and then say after 2 years you go start training, or you start looking at what does it mean to train. And I see we got some questions, so let me get to these questions real quick. How can you get experience from these companies that are looking? Well, how can you get the experience these companies are looking for? I don't know which experience that you're talking about when you're and what company you're referring to. Um, the first thing is first, where are you looking? What experience do you have? And what are you currently doing to gain those skill sets? And those skill sets could be you studying on your own, or creating projects, or solving projects, or getting with a mentor and going from there.
Sam, I don't want to interrupt you, but that was just something for people to come and join us if they're looking to get skills to come join Women in Linux. So that wasn't a question. I think
Oh, okay.
Superman kicking ass has a question.
De interrupted. So, you think learn web develop? It depends if that's what your goal is, right? If your goal is web development, and if your goal is to go down the route of creating web forms and applications, then yeah. My take on that is, and this is totally from an infrastructure perspective, I'm totally biased. I would start looking at SRE and data engineering. With skills stacking, where do you start? People say Python. You can start with Python, but I give you the basics. You need Linux. You need a some type of cloud. You need to know security. I don't care what people tell you. Everybody's gonna tell you, well, you could be a web developer and don't have to know security, or you could be a data engineer and don't know security. Here's my rule of thumb: the more you know about security as you stack your skills, the more longevity you have in the industry, the more money you get paid. Just look at it that way. So when somebody tell you you don't need to know security, you don't. But yeah, I'm going to tell you to know security. That's what I'm going to tell you. You take it for what it's worth. And then you also need to, and here's where we really get into um, understanding things outside of what I mentioned. So I want to start. Actually, I talked about this last time, and I've been talking about it with D, but I'm just going back and forth with it. I actually want to start a book club on reading uh, at least one book a month, or one book every 2 months. Even if we do one book every 3 months, I don't care. But I want to talk. I want to read books on, so when you walk into a job, you understand the basics of data structures. Because, and this is what came up on Clubhouse last night. People who take computer engineering and electrical engineering and software engineering don't get the same they don't get the same curriculum on certain things. And no names. I hope I answered your question, but you do need to know a programming language, or at least know how to script. But um what I want to say is this: um when it comes down to understanding, um I just lost my train of thought. She asked the question. Give me a minute. She asked the question about. Oh, okay. So when it comes down to understanding what the difference is between those three or four, here's what gets lost in translation: understanding how data flows through the computer, right? Such as how what is a register, what is a kernel, what is hexadecimal, what is octal, what is paging, um what is a scheduler. That comes in the operating system class. And the book is a well-known book. Let me pull that book up. um it's on Amazon, and if you got O'Reilly, it's in the O'Reilly thing. So you need to buy this. It's called Modern Operating System. It's plenty editions of it. I've talked about this before. This guy, Tannenbaum, Andrew Tannenbaum. If you have O'Reilly, you don't need to go buy this book because it is in O'Reilly. All right, the hardback is $181. You can get a paperback of it, this, that, and other. You can get an e-textbook of it, right? But let's I should pull it up on O'Reilly, but let me see if they'll give me at least a cover, at least a the chapters of it. Nope, don't even give me the chapters of it, right? Don't even give me that. All right. But again, this book right here, Modern Operating Systems, I'll tell you how it changed my vision of the computer. It changed my vision of the computer. And this gets into assembly code. This gets into embedded systems. This gets into IoT. This gets into understanding how data is stored and moved and CPU bound and all those things that make up why an application doesn't work. Why is Java running out of memory? Why is my hard drive being corrupted? This gets into all of those things. More or less like understanding how circuits work and how you can add up resistors in parallel and how you can figure out a FFT or a FFET or a step down or transmitter like diodes and transistors and resistors and yeah, they're great if you're going to go down that route. But modern operating systems help. Another one that helps you is understanding data structures. When you start understanding data structures, and these are things that you could take outside of your certificate skill stacking, understanding you can use Python to understand data structure. Like what is the similarity between a list and an array? All right, what is a heap? What is a stack? What is a queue? What is a binary search tree? What are different, and then algorithms, what different algorithms can I use, and so forth. And so in some of these things, you in these certificate courses, you don't get that. And so when you get into these technical classes, they start asking you stuff about, or not classes, or technical interviews, like, oh, well, how would you do X, Y, and Z? Oh, you should use a binary search tree, or you should use a sorting algorithm, or you should use this, or you should use that. And then you get caught up and you're like, well, I just went and took my AWS certificate. All I know is how to click in here and do this, or I know how to do that from command line, or I know how to use Terraform, but you don't know these other things. And so that's where people who went to school and got a degree went out on that part. Where they lose out is they have no idea how to kick off and spin off and use Terraform to build out 15 machines, set up a WAF, set up a load balancer, deploy an application using Helm, and then spin up a pipeline to do a audit and security and audit check on the application, and take those results and put them into some type of AI machine modeling, AI and ML model, and then say these are known vulnerable attacks that we often get from the hours attended to. They don't get that, right? So it's a catch-22, right? And I know we got some questions here. Hold on. With zero experience in tech, coming from a real estate background, where's a good place to start? Oh, she says she was yelling at something. I don't know. I'm just going back up. I'm just seeing questions, so I'm just going back up. Sorry. What are the different roadmaps and what pays the highest? Purple Girl, when you say what are the different roadmaps and what pays the highest, I'm not sure what you mean. Were you referring to this cloud native track, or are you referring to road map.sh? Are you referring to this? I'm not sure. But if you're referring to roadmap.sh and you're asking what pays the highest, It's not a matter of what pays the highest. It's what skill sets and do you have the gift to gab is what gets you the money, right? And I need to make this a t-shirt. And so, Dion, you need to go buy this right now. Go buy this website. Be the solution. That's gonna be my slogan forever. Be the solution. If you can't walk in, and I say this and I preach this over and over and over and over again, if you can't walk in and be the solution, then you're never gonna get paid. So that's why I say you need to study and understand the big picture and then bring the big picture back down to a smaller modular picture. And this gets into epics and tasks, Jira language, agile language. But this gets into understanding the big picture and breaking it down to a small picture. And here's the other thing that you have to know how to do. You have to know how to pitch it to somebody else. If you know that you can't do something, you have to know when to call in backup or call in somebody else to help you out. And the wise person knows to do that, right? Oh, I could do this part, but I can't do this part, but I know somebody else that can, or we need to go find somebody else that can. And here's where I've been looking at, and here's who can help with that. So on this roadmap.sh, they have a pretty much a guide. It's a loose guide on like DevOps. I like the term DevSecOps. If you go back over here, they have backend and so forth. So this is just things to think about when you are looking at what that roadmap looks like. I hope that answered your question, right? Kevin, what's going on here? Just dropping some gems and stuff. Yep, you do always need some security background. So much joy. You say with zero experience in tech, coming from a real estate background, where's a good place to start in general with Linux RHCSA? Is where you should start. Mo Boss Man, you said I just started the RHCSA course and missed the previous meeting. How and where do I need to go to make sure I can join weekly? Meetup.com/women in Linux will get you there. We meet every Wednesday. I just finished the finished project. That's good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you moving on to the series. That's all programming is, controlling flow of data. Yep. Tameika, one of the benefits of learning how to script in Python will help one pick up other language. Like you said, learn data structures. Yep. Another thing is that it's useful is to learn what each process on your system is doing. That's what Linux teaches you. Learning what processes are and what they're what is a parent process, what is a child process, what is a zombie, what is a system call, what is a heat map, all these things. Remember, I went over to Brandon Gregg's joint, and I tell y'all to go friend him on LinkedIn or Twitter, really on Twitter. He works over at Netflix. Like, go link this to your, I don't care what you do, link this to something in, I don't know where you're gonna put it at or whatever. But we're gonna start getting, I posted this and Sasha looked at it the other day, the EBPF, very huge, up and coming. Be Get on this now, up and coming. Get on this now, up and coming. Get on this now. All right, and the reason why I say that is there was a EPBF from Liz. I forget Liz's last name. She's over at Aqua Security, but she was doing a, a, a security hack for beginners, which you just showing EPBF. However, it helps you with understanding networking, what system calls are being called on your system and how many times they're being called. So now you can go and say, well, what's hogging up your memory? What's hogging up your processing? How many times is that being called? Why is that being called? So forth and so on. So this gets into that. So check that out. Do 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 do. Let's see what else I got. Oh, how does one use the tools? Which tools are you talking about? Um, the I says the AGB man, AG by man. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Yep, yep, yep. How can we join the Slack? You go here to womeninlinux.org. And then when you hit connect, Connect should take you to this link, and then you put in your email address, and then you need to have the Slack application on your phone or your laptop or wherever you're gonna do, and then you join, and you are in our world. Well, I post stuff all the time. What is the best platform to learn security? Best platform to learn security. It depends on what you want to learn about security. So let's start there. And what is your vision of security? Do you want to be a hacker, or do you want to be a trainer, or do you want to work on purple team, red team? My suggestion is these following. Sans.org. Go here and hit training roadmap. Boom. Another one is CompTIA. Right. If you go here to CompTIA and you start looking at their security, and let's go down their security line, you get the CYSA plus. Go back the pen test and the cache if you want to do that. Another one is locally inside most cities. If you go to meetup.com, not women in Linux, but let's go to women in Linux so you guys know that. Boom. Go to meetup.com, get women in Linux. Whenever it decides to render, here you go, meetup.com, right? And you hit join, and you'll be part of women in Linux. However, what I want to show you is Bsides. So most of the let me put over here besides security. Most of the cities have a B-sides, right? Tampa has one. St. Louis. Let me blow this up here. B-side St. Louis, Liverpool, Saudi Arabia, Dallas, Fort Worth, Delaware. There's a B-sides pretty much in every city, right? And so with the B-sides, it's a little cheaper to join and start learning security and so forth. So I challenge you to learn to go to B-sides and learn B-sides. But if you're on the certification path, those are the other ones that I talked about. If you are a woman, there is, I think it's cyber jujitsu. I think that's their name. I don't know. I'm just scoring that up. Yeah. Women of Society Jiu-Jitsu. You can take a look at them. If you are just, hey, I am just a black person and want to learn cybersecurity, we follow them on Instagram. I've spoken at their conference. It is, I think it's Black and Cybersecurity. Let me look that up right quick. Um, is BIC, and I gotta go online. Blacks in Cybersecurity. Yep. You can check them out if you want to join them. And last but not least, is ISC2 cybersecurity. Let me see, cyber. Let's go here, cybersecurity. So ISC2 is another location. Now we're starting to get into CISSP, SSCP, CCSP, CAP, CSSLP, blah blah blah, all the SPs. So those are the ones. I hope that help for cybersecurity. Pick a platform, pick a certification, start asking questions to people that can help you out, right? Um, let's see. Do you recommend that you use Kali Linux before learning about security, intrusion detection? I recommend you do this. Actually, I recommend you go to HackerRank. Oh, come on, HackerRank. Not HackerRank. It is not HackerRank. It is Hacker News, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. I reckon you go. Oops, the Hacker News. That's not it. This one is it. I recommend you go to Hacker News and just look at news articles. I recommend you go and start understanding like what are the different teams under and start listening to how people got hacked. I post stuff all the time. Let me go to YouTube. Let me look up cyber. I got a cybersecurity one here. They're my. I have to go back and look them. I have a group that I follow. One of them is Security Weekly, right? One group is Security Weekly, right? You can check out their videos, and they just talk about hacks and so forth. Now, I'm telling you this so you can get knowledgeable about the different things in security in cybersecurity you can do. You can go get your PhD and be a researcher in cybersecurity. You could do information assurance. You could be someone who's just coming up with frameworks. You could be someone that's interested in network security, application security, operations, not operations, but operating system and security, physical security of the device, or your phone, mobile security. So it's just different things that you could, when you're talking about cybersecurity, that you can get into. Then once you figure out, and I don't spend a whole lot of time on this, the goal is to dip your toe in, pull your toe back out, right? You want to dip your toe in. Hey, I looked at that. I tried it for a day. I didn't like it. I dipped my toe over here. I tried it for a day. I didn't like it. So you just find your niche, and then you may find that you may want to combine cybersecurity with something else and just start doing something like cloud security or something of that nature. So just trying different things is it will be my answer to that when you start talking about getting started. If you're gonna do Kali Linux or something like that, um, the question I would have is why do you use the tool and when would you use it, right? Why and when, right? So if you don't know that, then you studying it doesn't make sense to me, right? Because you don't know when to apply it. You can go always get a course on Udemy or Coursera or whatever the case may be, but you need to understand your why. And when you start understanding your why, that'll probably help you out a whole lot more. All right, you try Hack Me. Is that on YouTube or that a website? Let's see. Try Hack Me. Try Hack Me Basic Penetration Testing. Okay. Yep. There's another one. So there you go. All right. So when we're also talking about career path and career changing, um, I preach this all the time, and I see it on LinkedIn, and I'm excited for people. I'm excited for people that go out and get their CISSP. CISSP. I'm not excited for people who get their CISSP and don't have any skill sets, technical skill sets behind it, because we're just moving at a rapid pace. We're moving at that pace where we need people to have skill sets, technical skill sets behind it. That's just what it is. And when you don't have that, it's just one of those things. Also, don't forget we do have an IT Pro TV discount, and you could drop that link. You get 30% off. Here's the other thing that people don't talk about. You get these certifications and you need continual education credits when you get these certifications. So the more certifications you get, the more continual education credits you need, especially if you're in CompTIA. You need continual education credits. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you this right here. So you can come over here to courses. You can go over here to certifications, and then you see they got the CISSP, the CCSP, the SCP, Pen Test, CASP, CEH, CISM, AWS Certified Specialty, and the list goes on. But you take these classes and you get a certificate, and then you have to upload them on Contia. You upload them, and then there's like that counts as your continued education credits for the next 3 years, and you have to pay in order to continue those education. I need to do mine myself. All right. So with these certifications, you still need to be continuously studying. So as you continuously study, like if you get one certification and then say another year or so later, you go get another certification, right? That certification helps you maintain that recent one that you just had. So like say you wait 3 years and you took the RHCSA, and then you go take the RECE, then you okay because you don't have to worry about that because it comps that other one, like it trumps, I should say, it trumps that other one, the RECSA. So you want to always be moving forward, right? You always want to be moving forward. All right. Any other questions? I don't see any other questions and whatnot. Bell 4148. Did I answer your question? I hope I did. We got 23 people in here. I don't think we have any likes. Can we get some likes? I just want to make sure we get some likes. Yeah, I answered the Kali Linux and intrusion detection. So I hope that answered your question on that. I hope that cleared that up for you. All right. So the other thing I wanted to bring up, we talked about cybersecurity. We talked about your skill stacking and your path. Hey, Mystical Fox. We talked about that. Is there any other things that you all want to know about? Questions? Um, I mean, I think you all got it. I'm assuming you all got it because I don't see no questions. I don't see no more questions. Everybody in here is making 2, 3, 400,000. Is that's why we don't have no questions? So if you are, make sure when you if you are making that, I need for you to go over to womeninlinux.org and hit donate. That's what I need for you to do. Go to womeninlinux.org and hit donate. If you can't donate there, you can always send a check, a money order. Uh, if that doesn't work for you, you can always come over here to the shop and you can shop for all our products. And you can buy something. Christmas is coming up. You know. All right, so got a question. Any free courses for people living in Canada? Yeah, all the stuff I talked about have been free. The RACSA cert is free. Uh, and I talked about that. No names. We talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time. And I posted this, right? You said, what job can you get with the RHCSA and OTR Tech? This is for you as well. You asked what certifications, like just because you live in Canada, security don't stop, and Linux doesn't stop in the United States, right? So you can get the RCSA, you can get any cybersecurity, any AWS, GCP, Amazon, Oracle. I said Amazon, AWS, Azure, Oracle certification. There's Oracle in Canada. There is all these certificates are in Canada, and you say they where the free courses at. If you're not a part of Women in Linux and you're not looking in the training channel, if you're not looking in the scholarship channel, then I don't know what else to tell you. I post free stuff every day, every day I post free stuff. So doesn't matter if you're sitting in Canada. Sense.org has classes going on in Amsterdam online. So, these classes are free. Like some of the Sans is not free, but you can get really close to being free though, right? You get really close to being free. And I can show you how. And there's actually a YouTube clip where we talked about that as well too. Thanks, boss man, for donating. What can you do with the cert, the RHCSA cert? All right, so I get that question a lot because a lot of people are like, "Oh, Tameika, you just capping. No one's getting paid $100,000. This, that, and other." So I tell you this: you don't have to listen to me. You can go look it up for yourself. You just type RHCSA inside of Indeed, and that's why I tell people all the time. Just go hit up Indeed and see what they say, right? So Linux administrator, 75 to 80,000, 85,000. Cloud administrator dash Linux, right? DevOps engineer, um, AWS engineer, 100% remote. They say senior. uh, if you got your certificate, you understand Git and GitOps and flows and DevSecOps. Uh, I say within probably a year or 2 years, or even you can maybe have the gift of gab and you could probably walk in and do a senior job. I know I posted that video from Reggie who didn't know anything and walked in and took a job where he tripled his money in a month or 3 months. So I posted that, right? Um, Senior Linux administrator from 130 to 150,000. Um, let's see, senior. Let's go back up here and let's go beginner. Let's just change the experience level. 'Cause they got 37 jobs here. Let's see what they got. We got DevOps engineer, NWS, and I talked about this. I posted this. Anybody look at Slack and see where I posted all those salaries, those salary ranges? I'm gonna bring them back up. System administrator 1 to 80 to 120,000. Linux administrator 72 to 139,000. I mean, the list goes on. You don't have to stop here at this particular location. You can go to dice.com and you can type in RxCSA. That's all I did. I just typed in RxCSA and I just wanted to see what it was going to give me for just that key term. And then you can do a filter on that. Let's go full time. Let's do direct hire. Let me see what else they got in here. Full time direct hire. All right. Linux Administrator 3, Cybersecurity Lead, Mentor, Trainer, Instructor. Look at that. Just got through talking about it. Look at that. Look at God. All right. Senior System Administrator, Lados, Periton. That's in Germany. SIC networking. You do need to know some networking, but you're gonna learn that as time goes on. Principal Linux System Administrator, San Diego. So you can type this stuff. You can type in RCSA. You can go to LinkedIn and do the same thing. Um, and hit jobs up here. And then type in RHCSA and then hit search and see what you're getting back. Linux administrator. It's in Atlanta. Let me blow that one up. Um, they want a minimum of 7 years. They're calling this a senior. But let's talk. Let's look at before you say, man. Let's look at what they want. Okay, they want somebody that understands Red Hat Linux and Oracle Linux. Oracle, you can go get an account and start learning Oracle Linux yourself on that platform. I think they even got it for free. Provision a server with build out with virtualization using VMware. So EXI is free, and they want you to install it on a bare metal machine and then build out that those actual instances on there. Oh, by the way, you probably would want to use the satellite server or a kickstart because you want to automate the process over and over again, right? Use WebLogic, assist with WebLogic JBoss installation. They're not going to expect you to know this. I'm going to tell you why. Because they may expect you to know Tomcat, but JBoss, you need a license for that. So Tomcat, you can play with that and install that. Assist with disaster recovery for the Linux servers. So how do you do backup, failover, high availability, right? Understand postfix, DNS, bind, NTPD. All of this is Linux. Oh, You want to do server patching? Yum update. Yum security update. Uh, Maintaining documentation and diagrams for both daily operations and disaster recovery. Journal. Do documentation. Know your notes. Assist backup administrator with Linux backups. Oh, rsync or some type of tape. This is not senior work. This is not senior work. This is not senior work. Okay. What makes this senior? I'm gonna tell you what makes this senior. What makes this senior is probably understanding not even that, but networking and snooping packets and Wireshark, which you can use Kali Linux for and whatnot. So if you go get your R8CSA, you get your R8CE, do some automation, understand how to set up these servers right here, which is Red Hat has documentation on how to do that. You can get that job if you want it. If you don't want it, don't go after it. Leave that money on the table for somebody else. Um, knock. I ain't gonna tell you to be a knock. System administrator mid to senior, 82 to 127. ServiceNow. They was giving away scholarships for people to learn ServiceNow. That's sorry they didn't want you to have a security clearance, but here, a Red Hat Linux Shmee. This is Shmee. Not really a clear, but look at this. This is what gets this on. All right, so building and working with OpenShift. That is not a Red Hat Linux administrator. They want somebody to understand Kubernetes, and they're probably underpaying. Absolutely not. Senior system administrator. Senior systems infrastructure engineer. They're probably getting into CI/CD. And look here, like senior system infrastructure engineer. What comes up? Compliance, right there. On the other one, you saw security, but they all come up all the time. Security and compliance, right? All the time. I hope that answered your question. I hope that got everybody going, right? You said, should I eat my pepper first or my salt packet first? I will eat both, but which should I eat first? Salt. Okay. High blood pressure. Which comes first, high or blood? Which one comes first? Right. But again, hey Zoe, want you to understand like stacking your skills and going from there. Any any other questions? Before we get up out of here, I just want to make sure I came on tonight, and then let us know. Do you like? I could have came on earlier, but do you like the Friday night, late night? Does anybody want to come on and ask a question or have a conversation? Let us know. No, nobody got questions. Nobody want to come on. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna look for those donations. All right. I'm gonna be looking out for those donations, those T-shirts. Remember, like I said before, be the solution. We will be on at 11:30 in the morning. I know D is in there dying. She's in there like, oh God, I'm about to die. But you making joke about packets. Network packets. Took me a minute to figure that out, but you're eating the packets. That's what happens with your TCP up packet. Anyway, that was funny. Nothing. Everybody's caught up on the 124. Oh, good. I'm glad it came up. That mean the algorithm is working. It's like they are working over there. That is awesome. The algorithm is working. All right, cool. So we got some. Put a one in the chat if you like the Friday nights, because maybe we can do Friday nights and versus 11:30 in the morning, and then do the ones. I mean, then do the 2 o'clocks. Let me know. We got three for Friday. Thank you for subscribing. Where are you located, Jack? Where you located? So KC native, I see you. I could look at that a couple of ways. When I saw KC native, I was thinking Kubernetes native, but you mean KC as forgive me for being technical. KC native is what I was thinking. I was absolutely thinking that. So before we get out, make sure you go back and bookmark some of this stuff. You can go back and replay the live. Um, the sans.org, the cloud native map. It is the cloud native trail map. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the trail. All right. So look, DC, I got a question, but I do want to show you this. Right. Let me make it bigger. All right. So look, in our RACSA class, we have in chapter 13 in the 134, we started learning containers. Oh, speaking of containers, you saw that Docker is no longer free because you know why? They was losing money. You can't be free forever. Can't be free forever. Can't be free forever. Right? They're losing money. So now you got to pay for it. And Red Hat already ripped out Docker as their baseline. So now it's Podman. So in our RAC CSA class, we start with Podman. Some people use CRIO. If you look on that cloud native trail map, um, there are other containers or containerizations you can use, right? So look on that. But this is the path to be cloud native. This is how you know. This is a great interview question. Great interview question. What does it mean to be cloud native? How do you define that? Right? So containerization, you have a CI/CD pipeline, orchestration and application definition, observability and analysis, service proxy discovery or service mesh, number 5. Number 6, networking policy and security, compliance. Like I told you, you're never going to escape security. Never going to escape security. Distributed database and storage, streaming and messaging. And they give you an examples, and there's more examples on the actual landscape. Software distribution, right? And oh yeah, container registry and runtime, Argo CD. Used to be called Twistlock is something else. Now they got bought. And then software distribution, right? This is what it means to be cloud native. Get to know this map. Get to know this trail. This is your friend. Everybody who asks me like what's next? What's next is after you learn Linux and cloud and Git and DevOps, you need to understand how application and security and deploying these things work, right? What is Kubernetes? What is that? What is that? You get Kubernetes certified, right? What does that mean? Right? So what? What does that mean? What are you gonna do with it? What's your plan? Right? What does that mean to you? You go off and you understand you got your CISSP and you understand that you need to meet these compliance rules. How do you implement them? How do you compliance to code? What is GDPR? Um, those things like that. D, can you drop the link for IT Pro TV? So just a little something like that. We're still talking about salt and pepper. Oh, and I saw you had asked the question there. What's the difference between the LPIC and the RCSA? Put them side by side. Um, let's see, LPIC versus RHCSA. Okay, let's see. RCSA is considered to be the entry level, just like the LPIC one. RCSA is on the same level. RCE is on the same level as LPIC two. Really, I think the LPIC, and if I'm not mistaken, goes over Ubuntu and Red Hat, and versus the Red Hat one just goes over Red Hat. If I'm not mistaken. Let's go look at the LPIC exam. Mm-mm-mm. LPIC certified. Understand architecture of Linux systems, install Linux and maintaining workstation, including X11 setup and networking, work on the Linux command line, GNU commands, handle files, access permissions, perform easy maintenance tasks, help users, add users to a larger system, backup and restore, shut down and reboot. Same thing. I think the RCSA is probably a little bit more. And passing the 101 or 102 exams, 90 each 90-minute exam is 60 multiple choice questions and fill in the blank. The difference is the RCSA is hands on. Ain't no multiple choice. Who's doing that? No, I need for you to be on this keyboard because ain't no multiple choice when you get in the real world. In the real world, you're gonna have to be uh, type this command and not hope that it works, but type this command and you better hope you don't delete nothing. So that's just what it is. So that's the difference. It's multiple choice and the RHCSA is hands on, and I also think it's just over Ubuntu. So that's really it for that. Or excuse me, it is Debian based, not Ubuntu. It's Debian based. All right. Um Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 So that's why we had the RCSA there. That's why we got the RCSA inside our Slack group. The class is free. If you're not taking it, if you're trying to pay for something, then that's on you. But class is free. So, and you can come in there and take it. For those of you that just joined, I know we got some people that just joined. They were just doing a live AMA. Ask me anything. um, I don't know if you are just now, if you didn't know what we talked about earlier, but we talked about cybersecurity. We talked about uh, I even showed the all the hacks that we've had. Any other questions? Ask me anything. I don't. If you don't have anything, you don't care about salaries. You don't care about career paths. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring. Let me show that because I probably won't show that tomorrow. Let me um let me go to my notes. I think it may be in my notes. Let me look. Hold on. It was on Business Insider. Let me go. Um, is learning full stack developer is a good idea. Learning use is learning full stack developer a good idea in learning US is I honestly I don't know. I'm not a UX person. Full stack. Um, I mean that kind of is a vague question. Uh, you can check out that roadmap that I posted. That roadmap here, roadmap .sh. So you got a front end here. They don't have UX on here, but one. This is my always my rule of thumb. Uh, if you are not sure which path to take, I always go look at. You can go look at this site right here, Levels FYI and Blind, and of course Dice. All right. So you asked about full stack. See you later, Jack. So you asked about full stack. They got a median of 155, and then they give you other areas of focus. I'm gonna point out things that I say all the time. Right. I always point out and say site reliability, engineer, security, machine learning, distributed systems. I say these things often. DevOps. Right. So those are words that mix together. All right. And then the next one was UX. Let's see if we got anything. They don't come up with anything. So let's UX. No, they don't come up with anything. I don't know. There may be another word for UX UI, but let's go over here to Dice. See if we get any hits. Yeah. So we got a UX UI designer, engineer, or developer. And which one are you? So front. So you're probably looking at developer. Let's just do a search. I don't know if you're uh look what you're looking for. I'm assuming you're gonna probably work full time. Let's go remote only. Let's do direct hire. They don't filter like on the other ones for like if you're a beginner or so forth. So you just gotta roll with the punches on this one. But this gives you. Here's what I'm trying to do. I always go look to see how many jobs are out there, right? I always go look to see like if I pull back UX UI, do I get 700 jobs versus I pull back full stack I get 2,000 jobs, right? And the reason why I'm looking at that because I'm giving myself a better chance to get a job, and then two, I'm also looking at well maybe not necessarily that the market is saturated, but those 700 dollars on UI UX may offer more money, right? Because they can't find people, right? So you got to kind of weigh your good with the bad with that when you're looking. That's just my rule of thumb, and maybe they don't have enough jobs posted on that site, so it's just hit and miss. So that's why I say look at multiple locations when you're doing that. The next one to look at is blind. And this is where people are posting like how much they're pulling in and so forth. And like is 20K a month a lot or normal for SDR software developers? I guess software developers maybe. Um, and you can come on here and look at where people may post their what they make monthly or how to calculate their RSUs. Does everyone make 400K on here? Um, see, is unlimited PTO a scam? L5 to L10 in 8 years. Uh, how much would you charge for an hour to teach? I'm not sure what LC is. But again, they're just people posting stuff and talking about it. There was a job out there for Coinbase. I actually applied to it. Just wanted to see what would happen. And let me see. See, let's go over here. I'm on the left hand side. So they have. Let's go to security. All right, infrastructure and network security opportunities. Talk privately with your coworkers. Can anyone help me with mock interview, leadership principles, Facebook security, um, SRE interviews at Twitter, salary. Let's go to salary. What is the price range of a senior cybersecurity risk management role? It's like 140 to 170. So you get little stuff like that that people post and so forth. All right, we had a question or it's a statement here. Just now discovering you, just now realizing this is live, not sure if tech is for me, but curious. Why would you not be sure if tech is for you? And Superman kicking ass. Did I answer your question? I'm assuming I did. I see no response. All right. So you said just now discovering this and you're not sure if tech is for you. Do you have a phone? Do you have a phone? Her appliance repair. Do you have a phone? And you on YouTube? You're in tech. All right. So tech is for you, right? You have a car, a computer, a laptop. Tech is for you. The question is, um, what do you want to do in tech? Because there's so many things. If you are doing appliance repair, you could be repairing stuff at a data center, or building out a data center, or building. You could be doing welding, uh, autonomous cars, mechanical engineering. I mean, there's so many little different things when it comes to it. So just putting it out there, little different things you can do. Let's see. I'm just looking on here for um. Let's look at side jobs. What are some good side jobs? Let's see what people got. Let's see what they saying. Remember, I tell you, I don't want to join. I clicked on it too many times. Oh, good, cool. Remember, I told you you want to make your skills in tech, then stack your money and go and invest other places. And also, this is another way to make to have some skills. If your total cost is 275, why would you ever waste your time being a rideshare driver? And then they break down some stuff on different things, but side hustle disclosure, working two jobs. What are your side hustles? Want to build the iOS at coaching clients want it. Another one is coaching. Another one is training, coaching people and guiding them in tech careers. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. A lot of people charge $200 an hour for coaching people in tech careers and done and never been in tech. A lot of people do it every day, all day. All right. So, hey, good. I'm glad you joined the Red Hat class. Just check it out. See what you like. You may not like it. You may like it. It's free. I mean, what's the problem? You can go get yourself lost in the sauce and be like, yeah, that one for me. But don't try to do it by yourself. That's why we got the group. All right. We've been on now. Dee's probably out. She's probably sleep by now. Uh, and I'm going to head out. If we won't have nothing else, I don't see anything else. I hope this been informative. I'm open, just never thought about it. Appreciate your time and the platform development. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on through. And check it out. See what you like, what you don't like. Maybe surprised. Maybe surprised. All right, everybody. It's been real. I'm gonna get out of here so we can get some sleep. I gotta write the show for in the morning, but I want to come on tonight and go just see how everybody like Friday night. See what kind of crowd we got on a Friday night. See who's out there. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be on at 11:30 tomorrow morning. And also at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna tell you now the 2 o'clock class or the 2 o'clock show is gonna be a doozy. So here's my advice to you for tomorrow because I'm gonna have one. You need to bring a sip. You need to bring you a drink. You need to get you something to eat. You need to sit back, get in the comments, relax, take notes, and as well, um, share the content, right? Tomorrow's 2 o'clock class is going to be a doozy. I'm just forewarning you, right? Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification button, don't forget to donate, and last but not least, be kind to yourself. Some of you are new, some of you are old, some of you are old farts in the game, dinosaurs, as they like to say. I don't like to say dinosaurs though. I like to call you a more seasoned, mature person in the game, and um, take notes, right? Right. So 11:30 tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Tech stocks and jobs at 11:30. 2 o'clock is how we Linux. And we'll be on in the AM. So catch you tomorrow.